So I ended up here, and I don't know how, but it's a bit sketchy. Anyways, what I wish I knew about coming to Canada and being here. One thing I also there's so many things. There's one thing I wish I knew. I wish I knew about the guilt that you will feel when you quote unquote leave your family behind type of thing. It's like, you come to Canada to work to have certain opportunities, whether that's education wise or like economical reasons. Like you want to make a better life for yourself, you want to make more money, you want to save, you want to probably like establish your life here, which is what most islanders try to do, or most of them do, is that they establish themselves in Canada because certain things are just easier here in terms of like education and getting a job and so on, right? But also, like, I feel like some people don't talk about the other side of that, where it's like, yes, you have more quote unquote access to these things, but it also requires a lot of work, and it doesn't guarantee that you're gonna be, how do you say, like super successful, and yes, success does look different for everyone. Like for me, I grew up in a single parent household, and it was always reinforced that I get my education and stuff like that. So when I came here, that was my mission, to go get my education and try to like make something of myself as someone who came from practically nothing. Uh, but yes, I went to, you know, college or what university and stuff like that, but still that doesn't guarantee my success. And I think it happens for multiple reasons, of course. Like number one, I don't have you know that safety net to fall back on, or that little, chunk of generational wealth to rely on if anything goes south. So it's like you always have to be self-reliant and always have to, adapt and be swift, because in a place like this it's easy to go, it's easy to end up in big trouble in terms of like losing your housing and stuff like that if you don't manage yourself well as a person from a lower economic status. So like yeah, so you got your education, also, yeah, like here you also have to network. I know a lot of the times, like in the Caribbean, sometimes people say it's like it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I feel like the same goes here as well. So even though, like, say you have a college or university degree or whatever, you still have to have like that network where you know people and you can kind of like pull strings to get certain opportunities. And yeah, and I feel like people think that when you're here, it means that you're just gonna be successful automatically and money is gonna be falling off the trees, but that is not the case. And then you have to continue dealing with that guilt, because everybody, like, say back home, thinks that you're successful, you're living such an amazing life here, or like you you look successful on the outside, but actually the reality of it all is quite grim some of the times. I guess everybody has their own experience, so if you can relate, you can comment below how your experience has been, like if you ever felt this type of way, because I know not everybody has the same experience, but I'm just speaking from mine. So yeah, now you have to deal with that guilt, plus all the other things that you have to deal with here, and you feel like, oh, you left people behind, and it seems like you're the one surviving and being successful, when it's that when you're here and you're doing all these things, you're still fighting just to get somewhere, just to be quote unquote successful. And yeah, I feel like it's a lot. It's a lot, especially if, like, say for instance, you have the black tax, right? And the black tax is basically when marginalized groups, or individuals from marginalized groups or marginalized community has to, take care of themselves, make themselves successful, and also they have to give back to their family, whether that's like paying, somebody's education, or paying back your parents' rent, or like you always have to give back, and it's like an additional burden. I don't want to say burden, but like, yes, I know we're big on community in the Caribbean, but then again, it can be a lot to put on someone, and then sometimes you end up sacrificing your own financial well-being to take care of yourself, to take care of others, and they don't see the reality behind that. It's like, because on the outside you look like you're doing well, but on the inside of it all, it's like you're still struggling to make ends meet in that way, and still take care of yourself and others, and often I would say, like, I would guess, like, a lot of black women deal with this. I feel like also women are highly encouraged by our society to, always sacrifice themselves, always take care of others. Whereas the men, yes, some men can be caregivers and take care of their family, but a lot of the times, if they decide not to do so and start their own family and take care of them and their own family, they they don't get ridiculed as much. Whereas the woman, sometimes it's like you're being turned into this, I don't know, villain, because maybe they don't see that you're being as supportive as they want you to be, type of thing, but they don't understand your reality, right? So yeah, that's what's on my mind right now. But anyways, like I said, if you do agree, or you don't, or you feel like I'm not being nuanced enough, you can feel free to share your views, and also be polite, because I'm a young person. I don't want to make that as an excuse. I'm still, learning a lot about life and everything. I don't know everything, obviously, but this is just an observation, and yes, it's coming from a personal experience as well. So thank you for listening to my terribly recorded video, and and yeah, you'll see my face soon, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, bye.